Okay, so it's a big week for basketball as we know it because of the FIBA tournament. Also, it's a big week for the WWE. So
Sad week.
we
Sad week.
Sad week.
sad week actually. It's a sad week because the wrestler who portrayed Bray Wyatt, or also known as what's his name, Wyndham Rotunda.
Rotunda.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Wyndham Rotunda.
Rotunda. Yeah.
He passed away. He passed away at the age of 36.
36.
So, in honor,
Another
Yeah.
WWE legend passed away before Bray Wyatt. I
Oh, yeah,
can't remember who.
yeah,
The day
Yeah, he
before,
was-
I don't
He
remember his
wrestled in
name.
the 90s. He wrestled in the 90s. I can't
Oh,
remember his
he
name.
wrestled from the 60s until the
Oh, yeah.
2010s.
Yeah.
It's Terry Funk.
Yeah, Terry Funk.
Terry
there you go.
Funk.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Because, you know,
Terry
I
Funk.
know
Okay,
Terry
okay.
Funk because I've seen some
Yeah.
Terry Funk stuff. But
So these
Yeah.
these
sad
are
stuff.
two sudden deaths for that.
Well,
And the WWE,
The Bray one, I think.
Yeah.
yeah, the Bray
Bray
one is a sudden death. And I think we all grew up watching the WWE, impersonating
Yeah.
our favorite superstars,
Absolutely.
fantasizing
Absolutely.
about, making it big in the WWE one day.
Oh, yeah, back in high school.
Some of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back in high school.
Miguel was like, back in elementary, he was like John Cena and stuff.
John Cena.
John Cena, that's it.
John Cena.
So in
baby.
honor of Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda, we will be using the roster for the U.S. national team, and we'll be drafting, or we will be looking for the player comparisons or the WWE comparisons for these people.
Comparisons. Oh no.
All right.
It's
Yeah.
been a while.
So-
So
for-
no
are we
one
gonna-
has.
We're gonna go alphabetical for the US.
Okay, so if we're going alphabetical,
It's-
who's first?
It's Banquero for the first one.
Banquero.
Oh
Okay.
man.
Ooh, it's gonna be
okay.
tough, right?
This is gonna be
I'll-
difficult.
Yeah. I'll go first.
Well-
I'll go first.
All right.
Okay, so for me, Paolo Banquero.
Yeah.
We'll be using all-time WWE superstars. All right, so from the past and the present. Paolo Banquero for me is Ryback because he came out strong. Remember, he came out strong. Ryback came out strong.
No,
Right?
I'll feed
Right?
you more. Feed me more.
Feed me
man,
more, and
I-
he was like a fan favorite.
I
And
think
Paolo
Ryback was improperly pushed. That's my
Oh,
yeah.
Ryback should not have been pushed the way he was pushed in the WWE. That was
But no one likes Ryback right now, so I don't know.
Yeah,
if that's...
I mean, I'm just comparing the start of their
Well,
careers.
yeah, in terms of being
Okay.
hype, yeah. I get
Yeah.
that.
Alright.
Yeah. Because
That's
Ryback
true.
was hype back then, and he was just shouting "Feed me more."
That's true.
And I didn't know how it got over. Like, bro, you feed. Why would we feed you, right? So, that was- oh man.
Oh man.
All right, Miguel. Who's
Why
the
does it
WWE
have to be
counterpart?
me? Oh my god.
Okay, let's go Juan then. Let's go Juan because he's
All right.
a WWE writer.
So
All right.
WWE, right?
So for Banquero, since he's just finished his rookie season, one rookie of the year, I'm gonna give him. I don't know if you know him because I don't know if you follow WWE recently, but I'm gonna compare him to a guy named Austin Theory. He
I've
has
heard of him.
yeah,
Mm.
he's a young guy. He's probably in his mid-20s, and he's already been to a couple of WrestleManias. He recently lost the United States Championship. He defeated John Cena at WrestleMania this year. Forgot about that. So
Yeah.
if you're looking for the future of WWE, it's him. And so in comparison for Paolo, Paolo, yeah, right. So Paolo Banquero is like the future.
That's
of
a
the
better
NBA.
pick.
Probably one of the probably top 10 best young
Yeah.
players out there because he's got size, scoring ability, and he looks really great against New Zealand. So he's gonna take that next season and dominate more. So yeah, I'll go with that.
Okay, so Austin Theory for Paolo Banquero. What about you,
Yeah.
Miguelito? Who's Banquerito for you?
me, Paolo Banquero is a young guy who I think had one of the best rookie seasons we've ever seen. I strongly believe that.
Offensively, yeah.
Yeah, offensively. And one of the guys who has had
Oh,
a strong offensive and offensive in a different kind of term, in a different kind of way. Offensive kind of showing early on in the WWE as a young guy, is Dominic Mysterio, because he offends so much. Yeah, because of the character they gave him.
Yeah.
So, I was gonna
He's
say
Dirty Dominic.
he's the best heel right now.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
I love the bad guys, you know. I love the bad guys in the
Yeah.
WWE. I love the way they develop these guys. And to me, that's what, that's the comparison. Bankero and Dominic Mysterio.
That's a good
That's
choice.
a great
That's
one.
a good
That's
choice.
a great one. So Paulo's a heel now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Buddhist man.
Buddhist man. Buddhist
Yeah.
man. Okay,
Alright.
this one is
So
kind of
it's-
tough because this one is
That's-
kind of tough for Mikael Bridges.
Oh, all right.
So we got Mikael Bridges.
Mikael
This-
Bridges.
This one is
Oh, I got
a
one.
thinker.
I got one. I got
You got one. You got one.
I can go first, right?
Sure,
for this?
go ahead.
All
Go
right.
first.
I have one too, so I'm gonna go next. I'm calling it.
Okay.
So
Go
Mikael
ahead.
Bridges, is literally an Iron Man for the NBA. He hasn't missed a game in his
Mhm.
NBA career, I think. So he's a workhorse. So I'm gonna compare him to the WWE's workhorse over the past 2 years. So it's Seth freaking Rollins. I'm gonna
Seth
compare Seth
freaking
freaking
Ooh.
Rollins.
So
Seth freaking Rollins has
That's-
been the WWE's workhorse. I think
Yeah.
he's the one who's wrestled the most since last year. So
Yeah.
counting TV, live events, pay-per-views. So yeah, I mean that's Mikael Bridges basically. He doesn't miss any game, and Seth doesn't miss any show. So I think that's a good comparison.
Okay. Well, I think of Mikael Bridges as one of the underrated guys in the NBA. He's a solid two-way player in terms of offense. He can score inside, outside. He can create for himself, which leads to him being able to find his teammates. On defense, he can lock down the best. He does a little bit of everything, and that reminds me of Shelton Benjamin. Way back in the day.
Yeah, that's a
Shelton
nice
Benjamin was
comparison.
one of those underrated guys. Like,
Yeah.
ask now, like, who remembers Shelton Benjamin? It's only the guys who really watched wrestling back when he was,
Yeah,
active.
2000s. Yeah.
Yeah, the 2000s. He was doing everything. He was doing all this like crazy
Crazy.
athletic moves that you wouldn't expect. But then he would come and do like power moves as well, right?
Yes.
He could grapple, but he could also do high flying stuff.
Yeah.
So
Great,
that
great
to me,
comparison.
Mikael Bridges does everything. Shelton Benjamin.
Shelton Benjamin. Wow.
That's a
Now-
great comparison.
okay. Wow. That's a good comparison. Actually, you both of you have great picks. So I think because he's reunited with his recently reunited with his fellow Villanova alum in Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson.
Brunson.
They're both from Villanova, and I think Mikael Bridges is great in a group, and that's why I'm picking Xavier Woods, who's also great in a group.
Oh, that's a great comparison for
good.
those three Villanova.
That's solid. Yeah, that's solid.
Right?
Yeah.
Because Xavier Woods, he's great in his own right, but I think he's most effective when it's like the three of them. What's the name of their trio again?
It's the new
They're-
day. It's the new day.
The New Day.
Yeah.
New Day.
Yeah.
That's true.
With Kofi
So that's
and
my pick
BE.
for
Yeah.
Biggie
Great.
Langston.
Yeah, you
Kofi.
can just
All right.
you can just go with the new day with the three Villanova guys. We'll give you that.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
So for Brunson, I'm going with Kofi Kingston.
Yeah. Because it's basically the new day. Yeah.
You guys basically the New Day.
Yeah.
And Brunson, he's known as a star even before he got reunited with his Villanova boys. And Kofi Kingston, he was already like what you know what's funny about Kofi Kingston? He was like he had this Jamaican accent. but then he lost it because he's
He
not.
lost it.
He lost it. It's like, what's your accent, bro?
What happened? What happened?
Shawn Michaels called him out. Was it Shawn Michaels? So I was
I think
like,
it was
what
Triple
the
H.
heck?
I think it was.
Wait,
I think
Triple H?
asked
Okay.
him. Yeah.
It was like, aren't you supposed to be
Supposed to be
Jamaican?
Jamaican, yeah.
Well, they were doing, I think that was a Money in the Bank promo or something like that. I can't remember what it was.
It's a promo.
Like, aren't
And-
you supposed to be Jamaican?
Yeah. And he was supposed to be Jamaican,
So, yeah.
and then he lost
He
it.
was, yeah.
Yeah,
He forgot.
Yeah.
the
I think,
acting
like,
part.
I think the WWE writers just like forgot about it and like rewrote his character. But so that's my pick. He's Kofi because Kofi, he was already a rising star before a New Day, but then he became bigger when he became part of New Day. So
You
that's
can
my
have-
pick.
You can have also Josh Hart as Big D. So,
Yeah, so that's
We can-
that's
we
it for
can-
me. Josh Hart is
no.
Big E.
we can just do Brunson and Hart right for our next two picks.
Oh.
All right, Miguel, Josh Hart and Brunson. Who you got for them?
Oh man.
Okay.
The Villanova
Jalen
boys.
Brunson. Jalen Brunson is undersized, but he's young. He's exciting. He's athletic. The guy I'm comparing him with is not necessarily young, but I don't remember how old he is. I've seen this somewhere, but to me, he's undersized, exciting. Fans love him. He's Ricochet.
Oh.
Ooh,
Ricochet,
that's
one of
good.
the young, exciting guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
When Josh Hart, but it's a little bit tougher. So Josh Hart is a utility guy. He rebounds very well, surprisingly
Defense.
well for his size. Let's see who's someone who's like a little bit undersized but a little bit underrated. Okay, this is harder than I thought it would be. Josh Hart. See, I tried to prepare for this segment, but I just kept going over like the list, and I kept going over like WWE superstars I know, and
You can go
my
old
mind
school.
kept going back to like old school guys. I was thinking of like the Dudley Boys and the Hardy Boys. Oh, there you go. He's Matt Hardy.
There we go.
There you go.
He's because he's like one kind of character,
Yeah.
and I'm talking about like broken Matt Hardy.
Oh,
Josh
the
Hart is
delete-
funny.
Yeah,
Josh Hart is
delete.
funny.
Yeah.
Josh Hart is funny, and that's what I'm going with, is because
All
broken
right.
Matt Hardy is funny as well.
That's a great comparison.
That's funny.
Yeah. So for who's next? Brunson. All right. I don't have anyone for Brunson, so I'm gonna go for Josh Hart right now. Miguel mentioned he's funny, and I found him hilarious. So I'm gonna compare him to one of the most hilarious WWE superstars ever. I don't know if you remember Santino Marella, the Italian guy.
Santino.
Yeah,
The Cobra.
Santino. Yeah,
He
the one who was Cobra.
He beat Umaga with the help
Umaga
of
for
Bobby
the-
Lashley. That was
yeah.
like his
First
debut. They
match,
pretended like
yeah.
he was a fan,
Yeah.
and Lashley was like
Yeah.
he called the fan on. I remember his first match in the
Yeah.
WWE.
So he's one of the funniest guys ever. So
Yeah.
in terms of funny, Josh Hart's funny. So that's
Yeah.
my comparison. As for Jalen Brunson, I'm thinking because
It's hard to think about Brunson.
Yeah, Brunson is young. Brunson is a leader, and he can
Mhm.
score. He's undersized. I'm just gonna remove the young part, and just gonna give him to Rey Mysterio because he's undersized.
Ooh, okay.
And
That is
That's true.
I
That's
just
good.
think that Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson is the heart to lead the Knicks to maybe a conference final. Right? So
Yeah.
he has the heart to lead them somewhere. The Knicks fans are gonna be happy. And for Rey Mysterio, he has the biggest heart in terms of WWE superstars because he went against the Big Show, the Great Khali, those guys.
Yeah.
Even though it's not, it's kayfabe, it's not believable at times, but he has heart for
Still
it.
impressive.
Yeah, it's so impressive, right? So
yeah.
I'll give that comparison to Jalen Brunson. So a legend, a future legend. So
All right.
That-
so
that-
next up
that's
on our
solid.
list is
it's Ant.
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards. So I already have I get two two wrestlers, two superstars for him.
Okay.
Because of his attitude, his brash personality, his confidence, and his ability to back it up. And I think he's the wrestlers that I think when I hear Anthony Edwards is CM Punk and The Miz. Both are great with the mic.
The Miz, bro. Holy crap. I wanted to go with The Miz. But anyway, that's fine.
I mean, both of them are. I chose two, so you can take The Miz later on. But both are great with the mic. They can back it up, and look at Ant, and when you interview him, or you listen to his interviews, he's very vocal and confident, and he knows what he's worth, and he knows what he's good at. So that's who I picked for him.
Yeah,
okay, Miguel, who you got?
Interviews.
Oh man, I was gonna say The Miz, but it was pretty much the same reason. I was gonna say that like Anthony Edwards has like the confidence with The Miz, especially during the days when he was feuding with John Cena. and that was I actually dislike The Miz so much, but as like part of kayfabe, But
it's hateable. Easily.
Yeah, he was so hateable, but I love his mic skills. And here's the thing, Anthony Edwards, you're probably gonna end up hating in the future. I think Anthony Edwards is going to be one of the villains of the NBA, just because of like his talent, and he's going the same way that guys like Kobe was a villain. Because if your team was going up against Kobe, you hated it. You didn't want to see Kobe. You hated Kobe. Sure. You booed Kobe. But anyway, I think that's going to be the future for Anthony Edwards because he's so talented. He does so much. I think he has one of the brightest futures ahead of him in the league. And just comparing that to like the heights that The Miz reached during the peak of his career when he became the WWE champion. And remember the spinner belt?
The spinner belt.
He flipped it to be the M.
The M.
Yeah, but and while we're talking about The Miz, I'm just gonna say he's one of the superstars that's severely underused. I think he deserves to be on the main card a lot more because he's proven that he can do it. So The Miz, one of the I wish I would see more from The Miz. I wish he would be a main card guy again, be pushed for a championship again.
I think he's too over. Yeah, he's gonna be over him.
Yeah. Too bad though, actually, because I felt like he could have been a multiple-time champion as a heel.
Well,
heel-time character. Yeah. That was what I wanted.
I think they missed the boat on The Miz. Feuding with Daniel Bryan, but Bryan was back then, so they missed the boat on that. But speaking of The Miz, he's feuding with LA Knight, and I'm gonna compare it to Anthony Edwards.
LA Knight.
Yeah, LA Knight. He's new. I think he got called up last year. He's new. He's probably one of the most popular right now. He's the best selling merchandise guy on par with Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Chief. And in terms of the next year being important for Ant's going to take over NBA. I think LA Knight's going to take over the WWE for the next year. And I think the only difference would be LA Knight's older. He's 40. But, 40 is a young age relatively for wrestling because that's literally the prime of a wrestler. He's late 30s to early 40s. So, yeah, I think, that's his praise. It's really popular right now. So, Ant is LA Knight for me.
That's good. That's a good pick. So we're with Tyrese Halliburton, right? Because we're going alphabetical. So for me, Tyrese Halliburton, I'll go with your pick earlier, Juan, Austin Theory, because he is a rising star. And he's, I think, I don't know much about Austin Theory, but my brother has talked about him countless times. And I was just ignoring him. I shouldn't not ignore him the next time because it might be useful. But seeing as how Halliburton's career has panned out, he's proven the haters, he's proven the doubters, and I think he's up for big things. That's my take.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, who's up next? Miguel, who do you have a pick for Halliburton already?
I don't have a pick yet, so if Juan has one, it's okay. He can go ahead.
I don't have a pick yet for Halliburton, but I'm gotta find someone from NXT probably and compare him to Carmelo Hayes. He's one of the future. Under future. Wait, I just thought of someone. No, erase Carmelo Hayes. I'm gonna go with Grayson Waller. He's another on that Austin Theory level of young guys who's gonna be the face of the WWE, and Halliburton's gonna be a top 5 point guard in the next decade. He's just that good. So just like with Waller, he's gonna be a future WWE champion. Tyrese Halliburton's gonna be a future, 5-time, 6-time, 7-time All-Star. So yeah, that's my comparison. So
oh man,
that's good. What about you, Miguel?
Tyrese Halliburton is a very, very much willing to have the guys around him, get better. He shares the rock. He finds them in just good spots. And I think one of the guys who does a really good job at promoting young talent in the WWE, and he did a good job of he's okay taking losses from young guys, which is sort of like a thing in wrestling, is like not a lot of guys are willing to push young talent over. But someone, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Chris Jericho is one of the guys who does well with pushing young talent. He, latter part of his career, he was helping others just become stars. Right? Putting over, he's willing to take losses to young people who aren't anywhere near Chris Jericho's level. And with Tyrese Halliburton, I'm not saying that the people around him aren't anywhere near his level. I'm just saying that he's very much willing to share the rock, very much willing to do things to make the team better or the guys around him better. Very unselfish guy, I think, Tyrese Halliburton, when it comes to, playing the sport of basketball. So my comparison is Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho still wrestles.
Yeah.
With
AEW, right? He's AEW, which is... I think, over. Does he have he has a dispute with WWE and he's never coming back or something like that?
No, he's just saying that. He's just saying that, man.
Okay. We lost Rain.
Oh, he's gone. What happened, man?
I don't know, man.
Jericho, I think, just saying those things. This is really like with Vince McMahon. So if he's returning for his induction to the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think one of the reasons why he loves AEW is he's getting paid a lot of money to not wrestle a lot. And I heard that, he's got a lot of pull for how he gets booked. And he's getting private planes, I think. And he's getting private plane rides from, Tony Khan. So if I was Chris,
just stay with AEW. There's a lot of I think NBA talent, WWE talent that's stuck with AEW right now. Not necessarily stuck, but they prefer to be there.
Used as well.
Yeah, I think that's one of the problems I have with WWE is they push the wrong guys. It's the exact same guy over and over and over again. And I'm
with Vince.
I like Roman Reigns, but then
he's great now.
I feel like he just started to get overused and over again. And it's it started to get a little bit exhausting to just always be watching Roman Reigns. And it's always this guy, that guy. So there were a lot of guys growing up that I wanted to see get pushed more. Like Dolph Ziggler is one of those guys that I was I wish they would push Dolph Ziggler because he's great. But anyway, there's
I apologize.
That's all right.
Okay, so we're
away.
So we're with Brandon Ingram, right?
Oh yeah.
We were waiting for you to make the introduction for Ingram.
Okay, Brandon Ingram.
We're talking about AEW and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, so for Brandon Ingram, for me, I think the WWE counterpart for him is Cody Rhodes, because Cody Rhodes started off slow. No. Cody Rhodes started out slow. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
Cody Rhodes started off slow in his career, but he's transitioned into one of the top WWE superstars right now, and I think that's where Brandon Ingram's career is heading. He started off slow with the Lakers, and he was traded to the New Orleans Pelicans, where he became a star. He hasn't added another All-Star appearance, but I think through time he'll develop into one of the league's best stars. That's my take. Okay, so Juan,
right.
you had a very I don't know, particular reaction to my pick. Why don't you go ahead?
Well, because Cody's if you're gonna compare Cody for an NBA guy, probably a Giannis, because he's one of the best wrestlers out there. And
yeah, that's true.
Stars.
But this is the U.S. team, though, so there's no Giannis here.
That's true.
That's okay.
We could do another WWE comparison later on of MVPs or something.
So I'm gonna go unserious with Brandon Ingram because I don't have anyone. So he's lanky, he's thin, right? His body type is is long. When I see his body, I was thinking of Spike Dudley. He's that thin for me.
Spike Dudley, man. The Dudley boys.
Yeah,
brings back memories, man.
Spike Dudley. Spike Dudley is so freaking thin, but he's so durable. Like he's getting tossed everywhere, from the floor to the table. He's getting beat up, but he's still in one piece, and he's that thin.
Very disrespectful for
alive.
And I think I don't know if Brandon Ingram is that thin, but when I compare them, they're both thin. If there's gonna be an edit, put a picture of Brandon Ingram and put a picture of Spike Dudley, and people are gonna see why I compare them.
Yeah, editor, please do that. Please put up a Spike Dudley and Brandon Ingram comparison. We want to see.
And find out
Miguel.
The rookie Brandon Ingram.
Yeah.
It's much scary.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, so for Brandon Ingram, I was thinking about that where he started off slow, and here's the thing: my pick is going to be Drew McIntyre. Because Drew McIntyre, when he was first with the WWE, he wasn't anywhere near, but when before the Drew McIntyre that we know now, back then he was sort of he was.
He was
he was
a 3MB. He was dancing,
and he was criticized for not really having the talent to wrestle.
Yeah.
If fans remember Drew McIntyre back then, he was a comedy guy. Yeah. And I'm not saying that Brandon Ingram was ever a funny, sort of a laughable kind of NBA player. I'm just saying that Brandon Ingram had a slow start and people were calling him discount KD and all that, which I think is sort of an insult for someone of Brandon Ingram's talents, because he's not the next KD. He's the Brandon Ingram, the one and only Brandon Ingram. And in the same way that he has redeemed himself and has put himself as one of the main options for the team, Drew McIntyre came back and suddenly had the chosen one. He wrestles great now,
Yeah, he's very good.
So same way that Brandon,
he's much more muscular right now. So
much more muscular, and Drew McIntyre has transformed himself into a bona fide WWE star, someone who deserves to be pushed for a championship, the same way that Brandon Ingram is deserving of conversations for star status. Not saying that he's a superstar, but at least he's one of those guys you could consider as your go-to, and he could be a centerpiece for a team, provided that he has the right pieces around him. But yeah, that's Brandon Ingram to me.
That's better than Cody Rhodes.
Okay. I can't remember the name of the superstar that I'm comparing with
Triple J.
With who's this? Jaren Jackson Jr. Yeah, but okay, maybe you guys can help me with this because of the foul trouble that Jaren Jackson has. Who I can't remember. It's like at the tip of my tongue, but I can't. He was eliminated quickly in the Royal Rumble. Oh no! He went underneath. He went underneath.
Titus O'Neil.
Titus O'Neil. Yeah. Titus O'Neil.
He slipped. He slipped and just vanished.
Yeah, he went under.
Yeah. It's Titus O'Neil.
So that's my reason, because Titus O'Neil, he looks like he doesn't know what he's doing, but he looks like he also has like a very good upside, and that's what I see with Jaren Jackson Jr. Sometimes on the defensive end, he doesn't know. It looks like he doesn't know what he's doing, but he vanishes at times. But I do believe that he's got what it takes. So, who is your pick for Jaren Jackson Jr.?
I can go. I have one.
Okay, yeah, please do.
So I mentioned Triple J because it's Jaren Jackson Jr. I'm just gonna compare it to Triple H. This is three letters, right?
3 letters. That's good.
Because Jaren Jackson is Triple J, JJJ, so it's Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah.
And Triple H is 3 H's. He's Hunter Hearst.
Okay.
So just compare him with that. Hopefully, Jaren Jackson doesn't hit John Morant with a sledgehammer, next season. So
yeah,
we have that. As simple as that. So.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Now it's harder for me to pick. I might need help again as well.
Okay, let's see. Jaren Jackson is a tall guy who can block shots.
Like he's the best defender. Remember when the Monday Night Wars were going on, WWE versus
WCW,
SmackDown,
and they invade WWE, and who were the best defenders for WWE, right?
Oh, back then, in terms of defending WWE,
defending WWE against WCW,
I'm gonna go Taker. Because Taker was the lowest.
I was thinking of Taker.
Yeah.
Right? I was thinking of Taker in Austin, but I think Taker was like
that was the guy. He's always
guy.
with Vince.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say Taker because
he's gonna defend Vince. Even though Vince is did a lot of shady things that got him fired.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So,
I'll have a lot of crappy stuff from Vince, but here's the thing: during all those times you had like the Monday Night Wars and all the other stuff that WWE went through, Undertaker was the guy.
Yeah, he's always
and this was before he rose from the dead and before he feuded with him. If you don't remember American Badass Undertaker when he was riding his motorbike around,
the motorbike,
you guys should watch highlights of American Badass Undertaker. Incredible guy, and I'm not saying that Jaren Jackson is as big of a star. I'm just saying that it's for defense.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
just the funny thing about American Badass. Like, he became Big Evil and he got buried alive by Kane. And I didn't thought he was dead. I didn't thought he was dead, man. Like, what the fuck? He's buried alive.
Undertaker had the wildest storyline. He died. He buried Paul Bearer in concrete.
Concrete as well, right?
And that was that episode where I started to sort of, like, my suspension of disbelief for the W started to fade away because lightning shot out of the Undertaker's hand. Yeah. That episode when Paul Bearer got buried under cement. But
funny thing was when the Undertaker came back after he was buried alive, I was like, "Oh my god, he's back from the dead!"
As a kid, I was like, "Oh my gosh, he's alive again!"
Yeah, and then you learn about kayfabe, and he just
we're down to our final four.
Cam Johnson.
Okay, so for Cam Johnson, my pick would be because he's good on the offensive end, which is like shooting threes, and so basically he just knows one thing: it's just to shoot threes, right?
Okay.
So
that's right.
I'm choosing. You might not like my pick, but I don't care. I'm choosing Jeff Hardy because Jeff Hardy only knows one thing, and that's just to jump off of high places and do this.
Do this.
That's true.
I find Jeff Hardy funny because I remember in AEW recently he returned and his music hit, and his brother was getting beat up, so he made the save. But before he made the save, he just did this first in the entranceway instead of helping his brother. It was like the funniest thing ever. That was so funny. Like, bro, don't stop dancing and just go save your brother. Yeah, but that was funny. Yeah, I like the Jeff Hardy pick. That's
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, who goes next? Juan, you go. I think you're ready with your Cam Johnson pick.
No. I'm not ready for Cam Johnson, so
I might have a pick. So I'll go.
Go with Miguel first.
So here's the thing. Do you guys remember that the stable Legacy?
Oh yeah. Orton.
You remember Orton,
Cody, and Teddy DiBiase.
Yeah. The most forgotten member of that group is Ted DiBiase.
Ted DiBiase.
20 years from now, if you ask someone to name the members of the 2023 World Cup roster for FIBA, I think Cam Johnson is going to be the last guy people remember. They're going to forget Cam. The same way that's harsh, but no one talks about Ted DiBiase anymore. I don't know where he is. I mean, maybe Juan knows.
He's in trouble with the law.
Oh,
yeah.
I found that out. I just want to make it clear. I found that out after I made the comparison with Cam Johnson, Mr. Cam Johnson. That is not me taking a shot at your character. But I'm not saying that you're going to be a criminal.
You can turn things around
or anything like that.
I'm just going to explain. Why Ted DiBiase is in trouble. He's getting sued by the state. I think because of graft and corruption.
Oh my gosh!
Okay.
I think they're using public funds to for their benefit, for their foundation.
Oh,
so he's facing prison time, man. He's facing a lot of prison time. So I mean that's fine. You still forget about Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, Mr. Cam Johnson.
We're not saying Cam Johnson's gonna be in trouble after his career.
I'm not trying to like say anything beyond just what Ted DiBiase is like so forgotten and anything like that. Not to you, Mr. Cam Johnson.
Okay, who's your pick for Cam Johnson's WWE counterpart?
I don't have anyone for Cam Johnson because he's so forgettable in terms of very good comparison for being forgettable.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any. Okay, I'm just gonna go with a legend. Coco Beware. He's the guy with the parrot. He's a Hall of Famer. Back in the 90s with the colorful hair. I just put him for Cam because he's quite forgettable in terms of his contributions. He was just there because he's kind of popular. And they both have curly hair. So
whatever similarities you can draw for player parallels work.
Yeah, I don't have anything for Cam. So it's curly hair, so I'm gonna go Coco Beware. So
that works.
Okay, so for Walker Kessler, since he's a tall guy, this is just based off of their height. Oh. It's the Great Khali.
That's it. He's got to do it. He's got to go this. He's got to go this.
Yeah, I mean, so far there's nothing that, I mean, he just finished his first season in the NBA with the Utah Jazz. So, there's not much you can tell with him. So that's as far as comparisons go for me.
The Great Khali. His chop. Wow. His meat chop.
Yeah, man.
And he beat The Undertaker with 2 head chops. It's also funny. The Undertaker later put him over.
yeah, man. They tried so hard to put the Great Khali over, but he was so clumsy.
Yeah, he was funny.
It's too big.
He's limping.
Yeah, he wasn't WWE talent.
Yeah.
Okay,
who's next?
Vince liked him because he was big.
Yeah, but anyway, okay, Walker Kessler.
I do have for someone for Walker.
Oh, you should go ahead.
I'm gonna compare him to Gunther, the Intercontinental Champion right now. He's not huge, but he's tall. He's kind of tall, and he's been dominating, just like Kessler is dominating on defense. So yeah, just gonna go with that comparison. And future world champion, Gunther is a future world champion, and Walker Kessler is a future probably defensive player of the year. And I can go with that.
I was actually just gonna go by height as well. Say like Walker Kessler is tall. I couldn't think of a comparison because I think Walker Kessler is he does things well. Like he rebounds, he defends, and I think he's going to have a bright future. But the only comparison I have for him today is he's tall, and the other tall guy I could think about is Omos.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I thought you were gonna say the Big Show. Okay, go almost.
But actually, the Big Show might be a solid comparison as well because the Big Show had a bright, career.
Yeah, bright career.
I think one of the guys was also severely misused by the WWE, not the NBA. But anyway, Big Show I think had so much talent, but they just used him as some sort of like a comedy guy.
Yeah, he turns like every month. Like he's a bad guy this month. He's gonna be a good guy next month.
Yeah,
they don't have anything for him. Like
they made him like fight Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, he lost. He lost to Floyd.
Do it.
Man. He's so huge, and he lost to Floyd. That was so
they made
funny.
him fight a sumo wrestler,
And he lost too.
and then they made him feud with Shaquille O'Neal. What are they doing to Big Show?
Yeah.
But that's
early
my
Big Show was really great.
Yeah. Big
Until
Show.
he turned old, and
Was that with Big Show when he had the long hair?
Yeah, with WCW.
yeah.
And probably when he came to WWE he returned around. I think he's the one who first defeated Brock Lesnar. So that Big Show was dominating back then. So but man, Big Show turned funny.
Yeah. All right, so for Bobby Portis, we're making we're closing in. We're closing in for Bobby Portis. So when I see Bobby Portis, he looks like a very generic basketball player. Like you look at his face and he's probably a basketball player, and he is. And who's that guy for the WWE? Kurt Angle. You look at him, he probably wrestles, and it's like, he does. So that's my pick. Kurt Angle for Bobby Portis.
Okay. I have a pick. Okay,
you go.
Bobby Portis, I think, is an underrated guy in the WWE, in the NBA.
I'm getting confused.
I'm getting things mixed up now, but Bobby Portis is, I think, you don't think about him when you're thinking about like superstar talent, but he's one of the guys you think about when you think about needing a winning roster. And I think one of the guys who the WWE needs to push in order to gain more is Baron Corbin.
Oh, that's
Baron Corbin.
King Corbin.
Baron Corbin is, I think, underrated. He's actually a solid guy, solid wrestler. He's got good spots, and with Portis, he does good stuff. Same that Baron Corbin does, but underrated. No one really thinks about or talks about them when you say superstar. So that's my comparison.
So I'm gonna go funny one again for Bobby. So I'm not gonna trash Bobby for punching Nikola. Forget his name. Nikola Mirotic. He punched Nikola Mirotic in practice.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna compare him to the Big Show because one of the Big Show's finisher was a punch. So,
the knockout punch.
The knockout punch, which is so great in terms of it's logically great. Because he's big, he's big, and if he punches you, you're gonna get knocked out. And one thing that's funny, you know what's funny? He didn't use it against Floyd Mayweather. He lost. He didn't use it against Floyd.
He got beat up by Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? He chopped Floyd like with chest chops, and he just you just punch him and it's out. But that's just like, but it's so funny. Yeah, but in fairness for Bobby, he recovered from being a guy who punches his teammate. So give him credit for that. Right? He recovered from that.
Yeah, he changed his persona from teammate puncher to a good six man, maybe.
Yeah, so fan favorite now for the Bucks.
Yeah, fan favorite.
So just like Big Show turning from bad guy to
to fan favorite,
a good guy. Yeah. So,
but Big Show does it so often that you're confused.
All right, so for the last one, Austin Reeves, last but not the least.
Save the best one. Austin Reeves, right?
Yeah.
We're supposed to love Austin Reeves.
We are, because we're Filipinos, but we're not Laker fans. I mean, Juan is a Warrior fan, though. So,
Go Spurs,
I
go.
mean, do that as you will. Go
Spurs,
go
go.
Suns.
Go Spurs.
Anyway,
go
you
Dubs.
suck, DeAndre Ayton. So for Austin Reeves, I saved the best because this one is my favorite. This one is my favorite wrestler. Austin Reeves, he knows what he's a fan favorite, and he does enough. He doesn't try too much. And the same goes with Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio is a fan favorite. I mean, give me one person. Name me one person who hates Rey Mysterio. No one hates Rey Mysterio.
Well,
Whether
Dom.
you like him or not.
Dom.
You don't? Oh, Dom? Yeah. Dom. Yeah.
Dom hates him.
It's a good comeback. That's a good comeback, though. Yeah, but
Anyway, go ahead, and then I'm gonna say something about Rey Mysterio.
but yeah, Rey Mysterio, he's a fan favorite, and he does enough. Sometimes he does a lot, but he knows what he needs to do in the ring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one. Yeah.
It's funny when you say Rey Mysterio and then you say Dominic Mysterio. The first thing I think about was when they were feuding with Eddie Guerrero and they were fighting for
They're fighting for
custody?
Dom. They're
Yeah,
fighting for
the
Dom. Yeah, I
custody of
forgot
Dom.
about that.
So,
Yeah. That was so
storyline in the WWE.
that was so funny.
dude,
If
these
you look at-
storylines are absurd.
If you look at Dominic Mysterio, it looks like Ray. Eddie's just telling
Exactly
people,
like Ray.
I'm your puppy. And I was like, no, he looks like Ray. I was like, that is so funny. But Eddie made it work. He even told the story was he was selling merchandise for the I'm your puppy shirt. That was so amazing.
Yeah.
And they,
That's good. That's great.
and they
though.
even fought in a ladder match for the custody of the kid. That's like what? You don't use the court. You don't use a judge. No, let's go for a ladder
Let's
match.
use the WWE.
Dude, WWE storylines
Yeah.
that time was
Back
so
then.
wild.
We're
Crazy.
wild.
So
That was
Crazy.
That was so unbelievable. Like it's so unbelievable and unbelievable at the same time. Like
Yeah, man.
What's
Yeah.
happening? What's
We're
happening?
slowly turning into a wrestling podcast. If you guys realize, we're talking about like wrestling right now with
This was
more
the same
fondness.
case. This was the same case when we did the first players parallels.
Oh yeah,
The
it
Marvel
became a
MCU.
Marvel one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it became a Marvel podcast.
Yeah, slowly became
Yeah,
one.
man.
So who's next with Austin Reeves' counterpart?
I could
Yeah,
go. I could
yeah,
go. Wait, so
Okay, go ahead, Miguel.
Austin Reeves is one of those guys that everyone likes. He's got he seems like he's very charismatic, but he's actually quite chill, and the only reason why I'm making this pick is because right now Austin Reeves is one of my favorite like young guys. The same way when Shawn Michaels was my favorite superstar.
Ooh.
Like,
Ooh.
I like when I was in high school, I always was like John Cena. But the real guy that was like my actual real favorite even right now, if you ask me who my favorite WWE superstar is of all time, is Shawn Michaels. And I don't know. I just feel like Austin Reeves is HBK because HBK had like also some of the weirdest like storylines in WWE history, and I don't know if you guys remember Austin Reeves having this like weird storyline wherein he was supposedly dating Taylor
Oh
Swift,
yeah, so, yeah.
which would never happen.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
one.
If you're listening to this podcast right now and you don't know that this was false, Austin Reeves never dated Taylor
That's
Swift.
not true.
Just make it clear, yeah.
It was shared by Backcrack Sports. So why would you think that it's true?
Man, people actually believe. People were tweeting about it. There was a Photoshop image, I think, of them being spotted together. But anyway,
But he
that's
did
like
confirm.
Yeah,
He did confirm that
They're not
they
Reeves
did not
himself
dating.
personally confirmed that he didn't date Taylor Swift. But to me, because that was like one of the most, I think HBK had wild storylines, but they were believable. The same way that Austin Reeves had this just wild thing where he's supposedly dating Taylor Swift. It's not true, but it's believable. So that's why HBK, young guy, charismatic. I love it.
So
Okay, Juan, last comparison.
I don't know if I saved the best for last for Austin Reeves. just because he has the name Austin, I was just gonna compare him to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Ooh, okay.
Right? If you shave, Austin's head and he goes to the court, glass shattering, he's gonna stun. He's gonna stun LeBron. He's gonna stun Steph. You can do that.
Well, he did stun the Grizzlies.
Yeah, stun the Grizzlies and the Warriors.
And the Warriors. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So
The same way that Austin is like
stunning the Filipinos.
Everyone. Yeah,
Yeah, he's stunning everyone.
That was
crazy.
nice.
Steve Austin,
Steve
man.
Austin. Stone Cold Steve
All right,
Austin.
so-
Reeves.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Actually rolls off the tongue.
Dude, Steve
Perfect pick.
Austin before he was Stone Cold Steve Austin was like called the Ringmaster or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know if
I
you
think
know.
I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the ringmaster. Yeah,
And he had hair. He had
yeah, it's blonde hair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
just
had
like
blonde
Austin.
hair.
Yeah,
Luscious
blonde.
hair.
Yeah, and he was balding, so he had to shave it.
Oh man.
Anyway, so player parallels and the Jersey Shore season 2 episode 6 has been a blast with you guys.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
This
we'll
was
get
fun.
to have Epic soon with us, and he'll get to talk to us and tell us about his experience covering the FIBA World Cup. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, subscribe to YouTube, and follow us on TikTok as well. So till next time, adios, amigos.
Oh,
Yeah. See ya.
there's a delay there, but
Yeah, delay.
See you guys.
Yeah, anyway, bye.